We don't receive a short life, we make it so. I read about this great idea from the Daily Stoic, and I wanted to share it with you because I think that we can all relate to this. That we think that life is short and it's passing by so fast. How fast 2023 has passed by. But the truth is that life is not short, we just waste a lot of it. And I think that this is especially true today because we have now our phones and the internet and we are always on it. We are so hooked by it. We're literally addicted to it. And we waste so much of our time by watching a bunch of random bullshit, scrolling through our phones, frying our brain, destroying our attention span. That this lesson is more important than ever before. And I also waste a bunch of my time watching a bunch of random shit on YouTube and doing some pointless stuff. So let's start striving to waste less time together. Starting today, let's become more aware of what we spend our time on and how we could better use it. Now, let me just read you the quote attached to not today's, this is from December 26th, but let me read you the quote attached to this message, and it's great. It's from Seneca. It says that it's not at all that we have too short a time to live, but that we squander a great deal of it. Life is long enough, and it's given in sufficient measure to do many great things if we spend it well. But when it's poured down the drain of luxury and neglect, when it's employed to no good end, we're finally driven to see that it has passed by before we even recognized it passing. And so it is. We don't receive a short life, we make it so. Now the thing is that no one knows how long their life is going to be, but we do know one thing, that we're going to waste a lot of it. Wasted by just sitting around, scrolling on TikTok, by chasing after the wrong things, by not focusing on what's important to us, by worrying about the future, ruminating over the past. And this is why I think that it's so important to remember the fact that we're going to die. Like really, thinking about our death makes life better. Like thinking about the fact that life is going to end, it actually makes it better. It makes it more valuable. Because when you think about it, you're going to die one day. It just shakes you up. Like it makes you realize that damn, I'm going to die. Like, is watching Minecraft porn the best way to spend my life now? Is playing a bunch of hours of video games is the best way to spend my life, my time right now? Just scrolling mindlessly on TikTok. It shakes you up, realizing that you are going to die and tomorrow is not guaranteed. This is why we should act like this is our last day. Because if you knew that you were going to die in a month, you probably wouldn't just start scrolling on TikTok, watching some random bullshit now, would you? You would think so much more about how you would spend your time. But the thing is that you might just die in a month. Like, you don't know. We take our time for granted. We think that we have so much time left, that we will live until we're 70, 80. Like really now. Not even tomorrow is guaranteed and you'll think that you'll live until 70. This is why it's so important. Just keep this in mind. Now, by remembering that we're going to die, I'm not talking about the idea of carpe diem. Let's drink tonight for tomorrow is not guaranteed. Living this hedonistic lifestyle, chasing after pleasure. That's not what I'm talking about when I say that live as if this was your last day. Because if someone tells you to live as if today was your last day, you can get into this trap of chasing after pleasure and doing a bunch of stupid stuff, not caring about what will happen tomorrow because you will die. But it's not the point. A much better analogy that I like is that of a soldier leaving for deployment, not knowing whether he will return or not. Now this soldier leaving for deployment, what would he do? Knowing that he might not come back alive. He wouldn't spend his time on unimportant petty things. He wouldn't worry about the future or all this little trivial bullshit, now would he? He wouldn't go on some kind of weird website and start masturbating to Minecraft porn. Now would he? No. He would tell his family and children how much he loves them. He would spend time with them. He would forgive people, reconcile with people. He would take care of his business. He would solve unresolved problems. He would enjoy every single moment of his day, knowing that these might be his last. And then in the morning, he's ready to go, hoping that he'll come back alive to his family, but knowing and being prepared for the fact that he might not. I think that this is a way better analogy than just saying, live as if this was your last day. Because that can lead to this trap of living this uncareful, or how do you say that, like not thoughtful, just doing a random bunch of stupid shit, chasing after pleasure. This is why I think that this is a much better analogy for that. So thinking about our death can help us a lot with appreciating every single day and really thinking about what we will spend our time on. And here's a very good practice that you can do, and that is to, before you go to bed, just sit there and imagine that that bed is your deathbed. That the bed that you're going to sleep in is your deathbed. And just think about the fact that you have 5 minutes left to live. And just remember how your day went. Are you proud of your day? Are you proud of what you spend your time on? What would you have done differently? This practice can actually help a lot. And also, the next time you tell yourself that I don't have time for this, just ask yourself, is this actually true? Do you actually don't have time? Or have you committed yourself to a bunch of unimportant, trivial bullshit? Because most of the time, when you say that you don't have time for something, what you're really saying is that it's not that important to me. It's not my priority. That I have other things that I would rather do than this. It's not that you don't have time. You just rather choose to do something else, really. So it's about your priorities. What's important for you. So as an actionable step for you, write down a list of activities that are a much better way to spend your time than scrolling on your phone. This can really help because when you start mindlessly scrolling, you remember that list and just take a look at that list and do something off of that. And trust me, you'll be able to list so many things. Taking a walk, doing some exercise, reading about something, talking to someone. So many, just sitting there in silence, meditating, contemplating. All of these, just being bored, all of these are better than frying your brain, getting that quick dopamine rush, ruining your attention span. And that's your actionable step for this video. And I advise you to do it because if you actually want this video to help you, these actionable steps, they can actually help a lot. So thank you for being here, thank you for watching. If you're interested, I'm doing free one-on-one calls. You can send me an email and we'll make a video call. You can ask me anything that you want. So if you're interested in that, email is in the description. And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. All the love towards you. Have a great day and goodbye.